Welcome to the Workout Extreme bonus round. And yes, another performance enhancing supplement for basically anyone not bothered by caffeine and designed to improve both physical and mental performance. The difference, however, is that it does not contain creatine or beta-alanine like NO7 or extreme creatine XXXXXL, but only because there are athletes that may not want the muscle gain regularly associated with the regular use of those two ingredients. But they do want the performance-enhancing effects of caffeine and its little helpers to help improve alertness, reaction time, and of course, the main outcome, a delay in muscular fatigue, which includes reductions in pain and perceived exertion. Furthermore, the other two ingredients, taurine and glucuronolactone in WorkoutExtreme, may significantly improve caffeine's overall performance effects. So let's get to it with the goal of WorkoutExtreme, even though I pretty much just described it. WorkoutExtreme's goal is to deliver a combination of ingredients, the three we just mentioned, caffeine, glucuronolactone, and taurine, that separately and together have clearly demonstrated the ability to increase time to exhaustion or delay fatigue, especially in continuous intermittent intensity and endurance sports, while also delivering positive cognitive benefits such as improving training desire, reaction time, and focus. However, by combining a purified caffeine, that would be anhydrous, with glucuronolactone and a clinically, and this is important, clinically favorable dose of taurine, the further goal is to improve the well-known performance-enhancing effects of caffeine alone. And here's the cool thing about this product. Although WorkoutExtreme is designed specifically to increase time to exhaustion for short to long duration endurance events and for team sport athletes, WorkoutExtreme can be used by anyone not bothered by stimulants as a pre-workout or pre-event energy enhancement supplement. And yes, it's a very popular workplace supplement. Just don't down it with a cup of coffee. I'd wait a few hours on that one. All right, let's do an overall rationale first. So let me take you back to Energy Systems 101. Exercise activities and their respective energy systems are generalized into three basic categories. One, endurance activities requiring continuous submaximal muscular contractions that rely mainly on fat and glycogen stores, or primarily what we like to call the aerobic energy system. Two, strength and power activities such as weightlifting and sprinting that involve short bursts of nearly maximal muscle contractions that rely primarily on the phosphocreatine and glycolytic energy systems, or anaerobic energy. Three, high-intensity interval activities common to that intermittent athlete, such as team sports that combine intermittent aerobic and anaerobic activities, such as football, soccer, baseball, rugby, hockey, etc., that require repetitive bursts of speed and power, but regularly interrupted by periods of rest or low-intensity movements, thus utilizing all energy systems. So why did I tell you all that first? Because the ingredients in WorkoutExtreme have been shown separately, primarily caffeine, of course, and synergistically, caffeine combined with taurine and glucuronolactone to improve performance or acute training sessions in all three categories of activities, and all because of their ability to affect the central nervous system. Let's just do a quick note on each ingredient and its basic mechanism of action. Caffeine first, since it's the big daddy, and is both physically and mentally enhancing. Obvious to all of us, caffeine and its supplementation clearly stimulates the central nervous system and therefore can increase time to exhaustion or delay fatigue in almost any activity, including both aerobic and anaerobic sports or combinations thereof, while also delivering positive cognitive benefits such as improving training desire, reaction time, and focus. The caffeine molecule is structurally similar to adenosine, and that's important. Primarily exerts its effects by occupying adenosine receptors throughout the central nervous system and other body tissues, leading to a cascade of events that collectively work to enhance cognitive and physical performance under both normal or energy or sleep-deprived conditions. In other words, by blocking adenosine from reaching its targets, which would otherwise suppress neural and nerve activity, thus trying to slow us down, caffeine delays fatigue and increases the activity in the cells. Now you know how caffeine can also keep us awake, or at least certainly more alert. And because of its unique ability to stimulate the central nervous system, including reducing ratings of perceived exertion and pain, thus allowing greater workloads, we now see it used as a performance enhancer in almost all activities, including daily activities. And if you look at this diagram by Sokum et al., it does a great job of showing caffeine's potential direct or indirect targets, such as increasing the mobilization of free fatty acids, sparing glycogen, stimulate the release of epinephrine and endorphins, which may decrease pain perception, and alter the calcium level in muscle, allowing more continuous contractions. All of these physiological effects can contribute to caffeine's ability to reduce fatigue, improve concentration, enhance mental alertness, and improve athletic performance when compared to, of course, a non-supplemented state in basically any activity. All right, enough said about caffeine. But for you science heads, make sure you see my full video and accompanying references on caffeine supplementation on our website. All right, so we included glucuronolactone and taurine along with caffeine for their potential additive effects on mental focus, performance, and recovery. Based on solid evidence, it's easy to argue caffeine is the only ingredient of this group that delivers the desired effects we just described. In other words, mental and physical performance improvements. However, studies using caffeine with glucuronolactone and taurine have demonstrated similar success with a lower caffeine content, suggesting a possible additive effect with no safety concerns. But if these ingredients are going to make a difference, they must, this is important, they must be in clinically effective doses, and not just window dressing like most non-practitioner products found in mass retail or online stores. And we remember what that term window dressing means, right? That's right, useless amounts, but manufacturers want to be able to put the ingredient name on the label, so the company puts in a tiny useless amount, knowing the unsuspecting customer has no idea what the effective clinical dose should be. Yeah, that's window dressing. Can happen in a true practitioner product like yours. So let's look at taurine. Taurine is a semi-essential amino acid that's actually not involved in protein synthesis. And we don't know everything about how it functions, but in skeletal muscle, its main roles are to 1, facilitate calcium-dependent excitation contraction processes, contribute to the regulation of cellular volume, and 3, aid in antioxidant defense from stress responses. Therefore, it's believed that taurine supplementation can enhance performance due to a greater ability to generate power through enhanced calcium regulation by helping maintain maximum calcium levels that would improve muscle contractile properties, as depicted in this diagram from DeLuca et al. Additionally, there have been reports that taurine interacts with certain neurotransmitter receptors in the central nervous system, which may be additive in a positive way to caffeine's effects. Now, there are hundreds of studies that support caffeine's solo effect on performance, as you'll see in your Practitioner Dietary Supplement Reference Guide, or PDSRG, supporting document on pages 1 to 11. Studies are equivocal on singular use of taurine supplementation on muscle performance. The supplementation studies using 1 to 6 grams of taurine have yielded positive results related to muscle function, recovery, and endurance performance. This fact, along with taurine's mechanisms of action, give rise to its inclusion in some energy drinks that you see in the mass market or other stores. But again, probably not nearly enough is included in these drinks based on what we actually see in clinical trials. To this point, Souza et al. Did a systematic review and meta-analysis of 34 studies on the effects of energy drinks containing caffeine and taurine on physical performance, and found that the degree of improvement was actually associated with the taurine dosage. The author's conclusion, quote, "The review and meta-analysis showed that the intake of these energy drinks improved performance in several physical and sports situations that included muscle strength protocols, jumping, endurance exercise tests, and sports-specific action, and that taurine dosage influenced the outcome." And assessing all this data from all the different dosages that were used from studies that worked and didn't work, it looks like 3,000 milligrams before exercise is an effective dose. Now you know why we added to WorkoutExtreme at this dose. All right, so finally we have glucuronolactone. And I don't have a lot to say about it other than it's a pretty cool name. And maybe it brings something to the party. Although the party is fun enough with the caffeine and taurine and their true clinical doses, adding glucuronolactone may be an extra party favor. There is some evidence to suggest it may function as a detoxing agent and enhance carbohydrate oxidation, so we included it, like in so many other different energy drinks. So, all in all, these 3 ingredients in combination appear to support each other in delivering additive value compared to individual usage, at least caffeine and taurine when together in proper doses. And by administering this formula in pill form, you have a much more stable and accurate dosage delivery than from energy drinks. As you all know, fluid is notoriously inferior matrix when it comes to maintaining ingredient stability and dosage. In other words, you're generally not getting what you think you're getting, making proper dosing for an event inaccurate at best and possibly detrimental to performance at worst. If you like energy drinks, just pick your favorite stimulant-free drink and drink it with your WorkoutExtreme. Now you have an energy drink that can accurately dose for you to maximize performance. Let's now go to our summary and typical use, including dosing. At the very minimum, WorkoutExtreme contains the clinically proven performance-enhancing dose, including dosing instructions and form, anhydrous, of caffeine shown to improve training and competition results in a wide variety of anaerobic, anaerobic, or endurance activities, including team sports, or for what we call intermittent athletes. The addition of taurine in clinically favorable doses, 3,000 milligrams, along with glucuronolactone, may enhance caffeine's well-known ergogenic benefits, ratings of perceived exertion, delaying fatigue effects, and cognitive benefits, and possibly allow greater results at lower dosages. Typical use. Let's talk about typical use and dosing. Users would be adult exercisers and athletes not bothered by stimulants, seeking to delay fatigue, prolong, and improve performance during events. Now, before I give you the dosing, here's an important dosage note once again. Dosing for exercise or competition performance enhancements. Caffeine in the anhydrous form, which is all the water removed, so in a pill form, as in WorkoutExtreme versus fluid deliveries, is necessary based on the ability to accurately assess and control the dosing. In other words, it's tough to know what's in a cup of coffee or how other combination drinks containing mostly fluids may perform because of ingredient stability, thus what's the true dosage. Now, here's the proper dosing. If your event is short to long duration endurance activities, running, cycling, etc., you would take 5 capsules 40 to 60 minutes before activity, totaling about 350 milligrams of caffeine, unless you're caffeine sensitive, in which you would start with just 2 capsules and adjust as necessary. Or you can go to the body weight formula. It's what we do for like specialized athletes, using 1.4 to 3 milligrams per pound of body weight, not to ever exceed 600 milligrams, taken 40 to 60 minutes before activity. But if you're competing, you need to experiment to achieve your proper dosing and abstain from all caffeine, including WorkoutExtreme, 2 to 4 days before competition. And for all you intermittent athletes, such as football, baseball, soccer, rugby, swimming, etc., it's the same dosing. Take 5 capsules, 40 to 60 minutes before your activity, unless you're caffeine sensitive, in which you would start with 2 capsules and adjust as necessary. And keep in mind, any adult not bothered by stimulants can use WorkoutExtreme as a pre-workout or pre-event energy enhancement supplement, or simply as a daily pick-me-up, like someone might use an energy drink, because this is way better than an energy drink. Just take it as directed with your favorite fluid, and voila. Okay. Your new and improved energy drink. But if you choose to use WorkoutExtreme regularly, try cycling use 3 weeks on and at least 1 week off, just to maximize benefits, or simply use it only as needed before activities. And you don't want to take WorkoutExtreme within 4 hours of other products containing stimulants, especially caffeine, such as coffee, energy drinks, etc., or mix with any other stimulants for that matter. A few final notes, including caffeine myths and safety. But first, a reminder that your accompanying document from your Practitioner Dietary Supplement Reference Guide, PDSRG, has an entire section on every product we make dedicated to any ingredients, potential precautions, adverse events, contraindications, upper limits, etc., that are currently known. Okay, so contrary to popular belief, caffeine does not upset fluid balance or induce diuresis, make you want to urinate during exercise. And yes, it's very safe in normal humans. In fact, caffeine is one of the world's most commonly consumed drug food supplement. And in fact, approximately 85% of US adults regularly ingest caffeine, with the majority being consumed as coffee. And there's universal agreement that caffeine consumption up to 400 milligrams a day or 2.5 milligrams per pound of body weight in healthy adults is not only classified as considered safe, but also associated with health benefits, including enhanced fat metabolism and reduced risk of disease, at least when it's delivered by coffee or tea. However, like many other universally ingested substances, caffeine is not for everyone, based primarily on its stimulant effects that can cause acute adverse reactions in susceptible subpopulations. And you know what? Most of you know who you are. Basically, caffeine, even in coffee, makes you uncomfortable. And both taurine and glucuronolactone basically have no known side effects. All right, a final note to all you Olympians out there where caffeine intake is somewhat regulated. Just go to page 11 in the accompanying PDSRG document and get the scoop. In other words, how much you can safely use and still pass the testing. Done. Another specific true performance enhancing formula for your toolbox. We'll see you in another session or live in the field.